Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync Mojo to Mailchimp. This is awesome so that as you make your phone calls in Mojo, if you have a great conversation with somebody, you can use one of our other syncs to sync it into your CRM, but you could also use this sync to sync it into your newsletter audience so they automatically get every newsletter you send out through Mailchimp. You don't have to copy paste or do anything like that. It's just going to go right from Mojo into your email newsletter. So let me show you how to set this up. First thing you're going to do is hop into Mojo and you're going to create a group. And you're going to call this group something like newsletter, maybe Mailchimp, totally up to you. I'm just going to call it email newsletter. And I'm going to save it. There you go. So now you have this group email newsletter. Perfect. Now we're going to go to API Nation and set up a sync from this group into Mailchimp. So let's go to apination.com. You're going to click on Start Syncing. It's going to take you out to a bunch of apps that you can sync through API Nation. So you can look around. There's marketing apps, productivity apps, things like Mojo, Mailchimp, Constant Contact, CRMs, LionDesk, KV Core, MoxieWorks, a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go down to M for Mojo and click on that. And I can send contacts from Mojo into any of these other apps. So I can have them sent to BombBomb. I can get sent to a CRM like Brivity, Chime, or KV Core. I'm going to go ahead and send them to Mailchimp here. And you can have more than one of these syncs set up. So I can have people sent from Mojo into my CRM, like I said, Mojo into my iPhone, Mojo into my Mailchimp. Let's do Mailchimp now. Don't forget to subscribe to the API Nation YouTube channel so you can see more of these videos and so you can hop on there and see all the other videos that show you how to connect Mojo to your applications. First step to setting up this Mojo Mailchimp sync is to sign into API Nation. If you don't have an account, click here to create one. They're totally free to create. Or you can sign in and create one with a Google account. I'm going to do that. Once you do that, the next step is to sign into Mojo. So I'm going to hit this big button. It's going to take me out to Mojo. And I'm just going to sign in. There you go. Once you've signed into Mojo, you'll now connect Mailchimp. So I'm going to hit this button to connect Mailchimp. It's going to ask you to label a connection. So you can label it with your name, your office name, your team name, totally up to you. This is just in case you're managing a bunch of Mailchimp accounts. You can remember which one you're connected. And you need an API key. So if you need to find this, we have the instructions here. Or once you're logged into your Mailchimp account, you can just click this link. It'll take you right to your API key. I'll go ahead and quickly show you where that is though. If you log into your Mailchimp, come on down here to your profile picture, click on that, click on account, and you're going to click on extras API keys. And there you go. It's going to show you all the API keys you have. I'm going to go ahead and create a new key. And there it is at the top. I can even label it. I'm going to go ahead and label this Mojo. Highlight the whole thing, hit Control C or Command C to copy. Go back to API Nation and hit Control V or Command V to paste it in there. And that's it. That's all it takes to connect Mailchimp. Now we just have a little bit of configuration to do. It's asking me which group from Mojo are we looking at. So you can select all the groups, and then anytime you add somebody to a group, it'll go into Mailchimp. Totally up to you. You can absolutely do that. I'm going to go ahead and just use this email newsletter just in case I have a bad call with somebody. I don't want to email them a bunch, or I have a list that I'm not totally confident in. I don't want to be paying for them to sit in my Mailchimp account, sending them emails they don't want. I want it to just be people I explicitly feel good about emailing, and so I'll add them to my Mojo email newsletter group, which will add them to Mailchimp, to my real estate leads and client audience. That's it. I'm going to hit subscribe. We can do a final check here. We're sending people from that group into this audience. If I wanted to filter further, I could. If I wanted to, so people who had a specific note or a zip code or any of these other fields, I could filter on those. I'm going to come on down here to mapping. You can see I'm sending over the email, the first name, last name. If there's anything else you want to send over, you're just going to hit the plus sign, search for the information, and pop it in there. This looks good. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. There we go. The sync is now up and running. Now, anytime I add somebody to this group in Mojo, this email newsletter, let's say I'm going through my April 10th list. I'm calling everybody in here. Ricky and I have a great conversation. I'm going to follow up with him in my CRM. So I've set up a sync that sends it to my CRM. Let's say it's LionDesk. There we go. I'm going to send it to LionDesk, but I'm also going to go ahead and add him to my email newsletter list. Great. Now he's on both. Then I close it. The automations will take care of it. If I have that line dust Mojo set up, it's going to sync it into line dust. I just set up that Mojo Mailchimp sync, so it's definitely going to send it into my Mailchimp, and I can continue dialing without having to stop, copy, paste, or do anything like that. It allows me to be way more productive, make more calls. So that's it. That's how you connect Mojo Dialer to Mailchimp. Get anybody you want, all those leads, those contacts, those prospects you like. You can sync them into Mailchimp with just one click of a button and not having to leave Mojo. You can stay focused, stay in the zone, make your calls, and create more deals. If you have any questions or need any assistance setting up this sync, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, and we're connecting the world's applications.